On this episode, we're at Verdure. Come, let's go inside.
Verdure sells breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And they also have hot tea, cold tea, smoothies, acai bowls.
What else?
And fresh juices.
Mm-hmm. Their quarantine hours are from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they're closed on Sundays. Here's the owner of Verdure.
A little louder, right?
Yeah, just a little.
Hi, I'm Shauna K. Hines, owner of Verdure Vegan Jamaican Restaurant. We're located at 7804 Flatlands Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. We chose to open in Canarsie because this is where we immigrated to from Jamaica. Coming from Jamaica, we're used to the spices and the ingredients, the flavor in our food. So, you know, being vegan, we turned vegan 4 years ago and started to try dishes that was similar to what we used to eat. So, you know, coming from Jamaica, you're used to your stew peas and your curry chicken. So we tried various dishes that would be similar to it, but without the meat. So that's how we started cooking at home, and it was so good. It's like you didn't miss the meat. So we're like, you know, there must be other people that would appreciate food like this, and we decided, like, let's try it. And we opened a restaurant, and the support has been really well. So we know that the people in the neighborhood of Canarsie really appreciate it, and we appreciate them too. If you're in Brooklyn, near the Canarsie area, please come and try Verdure Vegan Jamaican food. You'll not regret it.
The breakfast menu entails pumpkin, boiled dumpling, yam, green banana,
Callaloo and Cabbage,
okra and bean,
Aki,
fried dumplings,
fritters,
made with nori and spelt flour,
sweet plantains,
a salad bar, porridge,
Porridge.
fresh fruit bowls, smoothies, teas, juices.
As for juices, I tried fresh squeezed orange juice. I will never have chocolate candy again.
And we also tried the butterfly pea tea, and it came in cold and hot.
I had the cold one, and she had the hot one.
Yes, and honestly, both versions were really good. Taste the same.
Tastes exactly the same.
Yeah, it
The
was.
thing is, it turns purple
when the
because
lime.
the lime is squeezed into it. It's perfect. It's perfect.
So when we ate our breakfast, obviously we ate it at home due to coronavirus, and we had prepared for us the festival that was very soft and fluffy. On the outside, it was very crispy.
Yeah.
It was semi-sweet, and it didn't taste like spelt flour.
And it's big too. It's not like
Yeah, it was a
tiny
good
little bowl.
size.
It's a good size bowl, and you get a couple of those with what we ate it with. Okra
And beans.
and beans.
It was a stew.
I don't know how they made the sauce.
It was like a sweet and like savory type of
It didn't make sense
sauce.
how good it tastes.
And then when you dip the festival in the, well, that's what we did.
Yeah,
we
we
dipped
dipped the
the festival
festival
in the
there.
sauce, and it was so
man.
delicious. I mean,
I couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop, and I wanted more, and we wanted more, but we knew the amount of food we were about to eat that we were like, all right. So we also had Aki in our container, and if you've had Aki and saltfish, then it tastes the same, just
Same thing.
minus the saltfish. Like the flavors. Oh, and one thing I have to mention, like even though like this is a vegan option, it's not filled with sodium. Everything still had flavor, but not salty. You know how sometimes you can eat something and it's just like so much salt that it's like you need water. This, it does not
True. 100%.
like So it's vegan and a healthy vegan.
A healthier version of these Jamaican meals. So we had Callaloo and Cabbage.
And it was flavorful.
Yeah.
And he brought it to my attention that it wasn't oiled down. Like if you
go to like a traditional Jamaican restaurant and you get the Callaloo in the morning with your dumplings, for some reason there's like this heavy oil at the bottom of the pan. When you're done eating, you're like, damn, there was mad oil in this meal. But as for them, it wasn't as oily. You know, it's like just the right amount. You don't get nauseous at the end of it. It was like perfectly flavored. You wouldn't think cabbage and Callaloo and how they combine it would even go together, because that's why that white and green contrast was happening in the image and whatnot that you've seen.
If you're not even vegan, you can go here.
Yeah, you don't even have to be vegan. You'll have authentic Jamaican food. It's just healthy, it's lighter, and it makes sure that you get the nutrients from the vegetables. Because sometimes if you overcook a vegetable, you're eating it for no reason, because you lose all of the nutrients from it. So they're doing a great job. So the boiled dumplings was good as well.
It's made with spelt flour, and we didn't feel like we were missing anything out by not having regular flour. There was also sweet plantains, green banana, and pumpkin. And you can't go wrong with that combination when you're eating your Aki and your Callaloo, because in my culture, it's provisions. I thought he said it. So having that with like salt, if you were to eat saltfish and all that stuff, right? Instead of eating the saltfish now, we're eating it with just the Aki and the Callaloo and cabbage and the okra and the stew, you know? So there's the taste of what you think you're going to miss all in the food at Verdure. They also sell patties, and there's two options. Mixed veggies and Aki. My favorite, Aki. Okay.
Listen.
Because it's hard to find Aki. Like, we have veganized our food at different restaurants, but you can't really veganize Aki at like if it wasn't a non-vegan restaurant, because they always have saltfish with it. But here at Verdure, they have it on its own. So having it in a patty, it's like, whoa.
And it's not just the Aki, it's like it's seasoned and it's flavored.
Similar to...
And you would think you're eating, I don't know, a chicken patty or something. I don't know, but it's way more flavorful than a chicken patty. I'll tell you that much. My history of chicken patties. It's good, man. It's like perfect. And then you ain't got to think about any, like, you know, because to make a patty, you got to get the egg, and all that stuff. I don't know what they use as substitute. It's just good. It turns out perfect. And then the veggies is good too. But our favorite is Aki. You're served as single, double, and triple, which means your single will be 2 items, your double will be 3 items, and your triple will be 4 items. And the prices are very fair.
The lunch menu entails bulgur with veggies, quinoa,
Aki seasoned and
rice and peas, pumpkin stew, 13 bean stew,
curry chickpeas,
reggae pasta. Because Rasta pasta is already taken.
So
they call it reggae pasta, which I thought was really cute. There's also pizza and a jerk black bean burger with fries. So the pizza we had, it was a Hawaiian pizza, and the meat that was on the pizza was actually jackfruit seasoned.
Barbecue jackfruit.
Oh my gosh. I was like, whoa, this tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think we've had jackfruit. Like, we've never experimented with jackfruit.
I think we
as
had,
a meat.
But yeah. No, as us cooking it, no.
Yeah, no. We've had it as a fruit, but not as a cooked to be a replacement for meat. And it was so good.
Really good.
And I usually don't like pineapples on my pizza. I think that's like the grossest thing in the world. But I tried it for you guys. There's also the jerk black bean burger. You know how vegan burgers are like very processed? No. It was like you saw what you were eating. It wasn't like it was blended or anything. And it was very delicious with the tomatoes, the lettuce, and there was a sauce.
And then onions,
like a white sauce on it. Wow. And then the French fries, we had sweet potato fries that was air fried.
Air fried.
You can be vegan. You can try and go here, and you're not missing out on anything. So for dinner, we ate bulgur, which tasted amazing.
Yeah, bulgur.
It's like a grain, right? And it's thick.
I was introduced to it by my mom.
Yeah.
And now, having at this restaurant, it was pretty good too. A Jamaican style to it. It was really good with the vegetables. They had vegetables like the beans and
corn.
And the carrots, if I'm not mistaken. It was like diced in there.
Probably.
Yeah, so it was like a mixed vegetable with bulgur. Very delicious. Try it.
We also had the quinoa.
Quinoa is something that you need to mix with something else.
You can't have it plain.
Yeah, because it's something, it'll be dry. It tastes good. However they season it is perfect, because I'm not a fan of quinoa because there's a lot of places that make it too soft. But this was like the perfect texture where you can take it and then you can mix it with something else where it carries on with the flavor. So try that too. Like don't skip over it just because it's quinoa. It's good.
And the Aki Rice was
phenomenal.
It tastes like it looked like yellow rice, right? Like, or maybe like
yellow Mexican,
rice. But it had Aki in it, and it was like, it tastes like Aki a little bit, but it also tastes like seasoned rice.
Yep.
So if you've ever had like saltfish and rice with like okra and spinach, like my mom used to make that a lot when we were younger. It can be like explained like that, but just seasoned with an Aki flavor.
Yeah, and then the rice grains are light too.
And fluffy. Yeah.
Like it was like really fluffy. The reggae pasta, quote unquote, Rasta pasta.
It was really good.
It was really good.
It has the taste of reggae pasta, but without being so heavy with the oil. And, obviously with Rasta pasta, the cheese makes it saltier and heavy with the oil. So for this, it tasted more healthier, but seasoned. And because, when you assume something's healthy, you're like, oh, it's not going to taste the same.
Yeah, it's bland or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
but this tastes amazing.
The pumpkin stew.
It tastes like soup jumu. Well, for me, right? I am not Haitian. He's Haitian, and I've only tasted it through his family, right? But to me, like, that's what it reminds me of. Like, even the thickness, when you put it in the fridge, and then the next day you take it out, and then you heat it up again, like the thickness of it. It tastes really like soup jumu to me. Yeah, but they add other flavor.
Yeah, okra in it too.
Yeah. And what, carrots or something?
Yeah, there was a few other things in there. But it was perfect, man. It was nice, smooth. It went well with the quinoa. And what else was around it? I forgot what was around it. But it was good.
The curry chickpeas.
The curry
chickpeas wasn't choppy and hard. Like, it was soft. It blended well with the other flavors, and sometimes you can over salt curry. So this was just like, as we told you guys, there are unhealthy vegans and there are healthy vegans, and this would be categorized as a healthy vegan
restaurant for sure to go to.
There's the 13 bean stew, and it's just a stew with beans in it, and it's as if you were eating like stewed chicken. I don't
even think you would realize it was all of those beans in there. Like you wouldn't. It's good. Like it was my first time having. It's good.
We've gone to Verdure before, but we haven't tried all of their items. Yeah. So the 13 bean stew was new to us too, and it was just like wow. Like, and last but not least, what we did try was the sweet potato pudding and the banana bread.
It tastes like rum cake. Sorry,
which one? The sweet potato pudding tastes like bread pudding.
It's good.
And
that one was good.
Yeah. And the banana bread tastes like
a little
rum cake.
Texture for me, yeah.
Both are good.
Good,
yeah, but my favorite was the sweet potato pudding.
Yeah, my favorite is the sweet potato too. I'll go with the sweet potato. Rum cake, the banana bread was good.
Yeah.
The sweet potato was really good. Because I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting it either.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. If you're in the Canarsie area,
in Brooklyn, New York,
stop by
Verdure Vegan Jamaican Restaurant, located at 7804 Flatlands Avenue.
Thank you for watching Vegan on the Budget.